Hi, my name is Tayler Bonecutter and I'm entering into the 2021 Phorm Athlete Search. A little bit about myself. I race dirt bikes and I've been doing that since 2012. Whenever I first started racing, I could barely make it around the course. I really struggled to pick up my bike. I got myself into situations I couldn't get out of by myself, and I required as much help as I could get. I was not good. And the fact that the sport was so hard is what kept me coming back, because I wanted to figure out how I was going to get better, and I did not want to just give up. Like, I had to get better. I wanted to be the best I could be on a bike, and that drove me to push myself. And so what I did to figure out how to pick up my bike on my own was to start going to the gym, lifting weights. And I did that so I could gain muscle, because if you wreck and you can't get your bike up, your competition's just going to go right by. And that's no fun sitting along the side of the trail, because you got to wait for somebody else to come pick your bike up. So if you're not self-sufficient, you're losing a lot of precious time. So that was very important for me. I knew I needed muscle. I was scrawny, so I worked on that. And then I got better a little bit. I got more confident on the bike. I started riding a little bit more, and then I got the first taste of what it felt like to win, and that was an amazing feeling, and it made me want to win more. It made me want to be better. It made me want to push myself even harder. So I really dialed in my training program some more. Started going to the gym 5 days a week, every morning, riding every chance I could in the evenings, riding on the weekends whenever I wasn't racing, going to every race I possibly could. And that was fun. Like, I really enjoyed that time period, and I had a lot of skill increase. I started beating a lot of the guys, and that was an awesome feeling, because whenever I first started, I was at the bottom of the list, and then I started climbing, and I got up to B speed, and then I was in a relationship with a guy, and he convinced me that I was crazy. He thought that because I wanted to work at it, and I wanted to work hard, and I wanted to push myself and go to the gym and dedicate a lot of time to it, that I was crazy. And you know, I kind of believed him, because I thought, am I normal? Is this what people do? So I started to slack. I didn't work out as much. I did not eat very good. I started gaining the wrong kind of weight, and my mindset suffered, my results suffered, and I felt like I went backwards, and that put me in a very bad place mentally. And whenever that relationship ended, I made a choice. I told myself that if I wanted to race dirt bikes, I needed to give myself my full effort. I needed to push myself. I needed to have the drive to get up in the morning, to go to the gym, to do the things I needed to do the extra training, to ride as much as I could. I needed to focus on getting better and not worrying about if I'm fitting into the mold. I needed to worry about what I needed to do, because my standard was set and I wasn't reaching it before then. And so that's what I did. And I also started to work with a riding coach and on technique and the little details that matter, like standing on your toes and hinging at the hips. And I really jumped a lot in speed and skill by focusing on the little things, because every little detail matters. And that was a very beneficial time period for me. And then I got back to my old self. I felt like I was me again. I felt happy. I felt like I was in a good place mentally, and my results got a lot better. What drives me is I want to show others that they can do hard things if they just, one, try, and then two, do the work. Results come after the hard work is done. It's not the other way around, and I want to remind people that. I want to show them the minor details that they might be overlooking, and maybe I can help them ride a dirt bike more safe. It's one of those things that I feel like a lot of accidents and injuries can be prevented if you are having proper form on the bike, if you're in shape to ride the bike, and you give yourself the proper fuel to do it. And it's just in the details, and I feel like a lot of people overlook that. So I'm talking like yoga and stretching, strength training, running, working on hand-eye coordination, reading, nutrition, mindset, meditation, like all the little things add up that make it that much easier for an individual to ride a dirt bike. And I've learned that from others, and I want to pass that on because it's made such a difference in my ability to ride a bike. And that's what drives me. I want to teach people what I didn't know whenever I first started. That way they're not hitting their head on the wall like, how am I going to get better? What do I need to do? And that is something that I really enjoy, helping people figure it out and being there and teaching. And whenever I was in school sports, I never felt like I had a coach that explained why we're doing things. Looking back, I understand why we're doing it now, and I feel like if they understand why we're doing it, and if they see me doing it and see my results and where I started, it might make them think twice, might make them consider actually doing it, maybe listening to me, or something like that. So that's what gets me going. And I am currently injured right now. I hurt my shoulder, so I've been trying to be productive in my downtime since I'm not training as much. I'm not able to ride, I'm not able to race, and I am taking certified personal trainer courses with the ultimate goal to become an elite trainer. I felt like if I could learn more, I could help people more. So I just wanted to be productive because I just have a need to continue to do something and not just sit around and watch TV. So that's what I'm doing now. I race a class locally with the men, and then I also race nationally in the National Enduro Series in the Women's Elite class, which is Women's Pro. And so that's where I am right now with that. Another really awesome thing that I help put on is a girls riding weekend, and it's basically bringing together all the girls in Missouri that ride. And last year there was about 34 of us, which is huge compared to our first year of 4. And what we do, we first show them that they can do a hard thing, they can ride a dirt bike, they can do anything as long as they try and then work at getting better. And we teach them how to do it more safe, and we help them build their confidence and empower them, and it's a really awesome weekend. I put on a couple clinics during the course of the weekend, and then this year I plan to go over fitness and nutrition with them because I just really think that's getting overlooked by a lot of people. If you put race gas in your dirt bike, you need to be putting the same quality of food in your body, like legitimately. And I think that's something a lot of dirt bikers can understand. At least I hope they can, because it makes sense to me. And like I enjoy it. I currently work for my parents at Bonecutter Off-Road. I am the parts manager. I sell dirt bikes, I sell parts. I talk to people all day long, and I have my own blog on our shop's website, and I go over tech tips, race reports, and fitness on it, trying to reach people and give them a little bit of info, maybe make their day a little bit easier. I really enjoy riding, so I just want to share my knowledge with somebody, and that's awesome. I first came across Phorm whenever I first walked into Supplement Superstore. I was really nervous to go into Supplement Superstore because it's kind of out of my comfort zone to go into somewhere and talk and have a conversation with a stranger. But that is the best thing I have ever done, was going in there. It was life-changing, and every time I go in, I learn something new. I enjoy being there, or surrounded by like-minded people, and it's just awesome. Whenever I first went in, they recommended Formula 1 to me with ignition, and I gave it a try. And before, I hated protein. The taste was so bad, I couldn't do it. I know my results were suffering from it, but I just couldn't swallow it. It was just so gross. And whenever I first took a sip of Formula 1, I was like, wow, this is the best protein powder I have ever had. And that was life-changing for me, like no joke. I started getting better results, I started gaining more muscle, I started recovering faster, and I was doing good. So that was awesome for me. And then whenever I bought a first Phorm product, I wanted to look into the company because I never heard of first Phorm before, so I wanted to know what they were all about. And whenever I got to looking around on the website and I seen the core values, I knew instantly that was a company I wanted to support no matter what, because all the core values are super important to me, and just seeing it out there displayed where anybody can read it, it just made me feel really good about what kind of company I was deciding to support and buy stuff from. So that's what kept me coming back. The products are good, the company's good, the people are great, and it's an awesome atmosphere. Another thing that First Phorm has done for me is the daily reminders to be myself, to be my best self, and to push myself. And that is, it's not always easy, and sometimes that is the little kick in the butt I need to get me going. And like, I am shy by nature. I struggle sometimes to get outside of my comfort zone. Sometimes I struggle to post things on social media. I thought for the longest time all I could put out there was dirt bikes, and you know what? There's more to me than dirt bikes. I love fitness, I love eating good food, I love being outside, I love nature, I love my dog, and being surrounded on social media by like-minded individuals that post things like that and share their stories and are vulnerable. And Andy's podcast, some of the things he said, it just made me feel like I needed to get out of my comfort zone. I needed to get out of my shell. I needed to be me. I was holding myself back and not sharing my knowledge with anybody. I was just keeping it to myself. And if I can help just one person by making one post that is out of my comfort zone, then great. That's what I want. And so to me, it's awesome to see a company thriving and supporting their customers and treating them like family. And it's something that I want to be a part of in any type of way I can be. And I'm excited to be entered into the athlete search, and I am First Phorm.